Hi, I'm Amy Riolo, and today we're making Alfredo sauce. The ingredients that we're going to use are 1/4 cup of unsalted butter, that's 1/2 of a regular stick of butter, 1 cup of heavy cream, 3/4 cup of Parmigiano Reggiano cheese that's been grated, a few shakes of freshly ground pepper, and a handful of freshly chopped flat leaf Italian parsley. So to get started, the first thing that we're going to do is to melt our butter and cream together. This is, again, unsalted butter. It's very good to use unsalted butter when you're cooking because it allows you to control the amount of salt that you put into the recipe instead of already starting out with a salted product. And in this Alfredo sauce, since we're using the Parmigiano cheese, that already has a lot of salt in it. So we don't need to add more salt in with the butter. Now we're just going to let these melt together over low heat, and it takes just a second. You'll be amazed at how quick and easy this sauce is. It only takes 5 ingredients, and it's made in less time than it takes to boil pasta. So if you're making this with your pasta, of course the traditional pasta for Alfredo sauce is fettuccine, but you could also use a spinach pasta, little spinach fusilli, tastes very good with Alfredo sauce. And all that you have to do is get your pasta water boiling, add your pasta, make it, and right after you add your pasta, you start making the sauce because it's going to be ready that quick. So on those nights when you want to maybe order out or do, takeout or something like that, this is much easier. It's very quick and it's much less expensive than a restaurant meal. So now you can see how our cream and our butter are just melting together very, very nicely. And this is important because you want to keep it on low. You don't want to let them curdle or anything like that. And then the minute that they come together and meld together, you turn the heat off. That's all of the cooking time that this recipe requires. And then you add a little bit of fresh black pepper, just a little bit. You don't want to go too much because since the sauce only has these very creamy, rich ingredients, you don't want to add too much pepper. And then you're going to add your Parmigiano Reggiano cheese. And then you just whisk them in together. And the cheese is what gives the sauce its body, and it kind of holds it together. This is a traditional sauce from Rome, but you can see now here we have it with 5 ingredients. So you buy a jarred variety, it has a lot of ingredients in there and a lot of things that we don't want. This is just very simple, easy ingredients, and it tastes great. It's very delicious, and you can have this kind of thing anytime you want because it's so easy to make. Now you can make a lot of other recipes with it. You can add different things in with the Alfredo sauce. Like, of course, it's very common in the United States, people add chicken or tomatoes or things like that. But this is just the basic recipe that you have. And you make this. This is not a good recipe to make in advance. This is a great recipe to just serve as you have it. So here is our homemade Alfredo sauce. And when we come back, we're going to be making homemade basil pesto.